This might be a controversial opinion, but I actually think Jordan Peele's best movie is the horror movie from 2019 called Us. Peele himself has become rather known lately for making Get Out and the movie from last year called No, but I don't think those movies are nowhere near the excitement and entertainment delivered by this psychological thriller movie, who also has got amazing visuals, because the problem with those movies is that they are built up way too slow and you are really lost in the build-up. Those movies are more driven by the mood rather than the scenes and the characters, and I really don't appreciate movies like that. When the real point is that the mystery is the one that should grow on you, and you don't try to make it more exciting from the beginning. Yes, this movie also has a build-up, but it is not as slow as in Get Out and Nope, and I also feel the characters are better in this movie. The very concept of it is something I also believe to be a creative one, where you have these people known as the Tether, who only came alive when the lead character as a little girl walked into the place with the mirrors very early in the movie and created two bodies that suddenly became connected by one soul, creating some sort of copies of humans in the process. That is something you may have seen in other movies like Coherence and Infinity Pool, where you meet a copy of yourself. But in this movie, it is taking a bit further, as what you really meet is an evil copy of yourself, who is also trying to take over the reign of humans. It is really about the tethered people trying to conquer the world by coming up from the sewers, which is really a wild and interesting concept in the first place. The movie really has two parts: the family on vacation, who does not seem to be a family that fits so tightly together, and a horror part, which for me is the most solid part in the movie, where it at times becomes quite tense. And if you have watched horror movies like Terrifier 2, and Infinity Pool, you would know what to expect from this movie. That is also the part that makes this movie very enjoyable, and it is also a little bit less scary than other horror movies like Smile. But on the horror thriller elements, it really delivers, and at times I would also say it's an edge of your seat experience, because the horror delivered scenes are quite enjoyable and exciting. The same could also be said about a little girl, who the lead character felt haunted by early in the movie, and the nightmare really came alive when this family, that were copies of the actual family in the movie, decided to really torment them. Even though I believe the part when the actual little girl, she had fear told about the evil plan she had at the end, could actually have been the beginning of the movie, I still think it really adds much to the story and make the pieces fit together, and explain a lot why the story happened the way it did, because that acting moment is also very strong by Lupita, and it is some really fresh, tormenting, and shocking storytelling, which becomes a part of an interesting conclusion rather than an opening, which it could have been. That's why it is definitely the best movie Jordan Peele has made, and for me overall, it's a 7 out of 10.